everybody, this is Anna, also known as Anita on Ravelry. And on the screen now you can see where you else can find me if you want to be updated and follow me in the social media world. So yes, today is Monday. I'm recording one day late just because my boyfriend has a very awful... it's not the flu, it's influenza, so it's very hard and rough with fever and everything, and so I took care for him and stayed with him to watch him and do all the things you can't really do when you're ill. And now I'm finally back home after more than a week in my own flat, and that feels very good. I have been to Germany and I have been llama hiking, and that is all the stuff I will talk to you about at the end of this episode. In this episode I have lots to show you. I have finished objects and whips, purchases, whips to be very soon, and a book I want to show you. And so I think we should start right now and not waste too much time with rambling. Okay, if you are wondering, I need a hot beverage because it's so cold. It's still deep winter here in Austria, like it was in Germany when I was in Mainz this week. So I need this. It's Chai Latte, made by Krüger. It's a German instant beverage. So you only put hot water onto this and then it looks like this. Very delicious. Okay. Oh my god. This is so delicious. Really. It's my favorite chai latte. Because I don't like the tea bags. It's too thin. We say in German, if a beverage doesn't have much body, it's a thin drink. It's not rich. Okay, finished object. I did go on with finishing all the things, and that was a very good decision, and it feels good to clear my whip basket behind me. So I finished my fall socks. I can't believe it! Yay! It's awesome. So when I last showed you, I was about here. No, I already turned the heel. That was before the last episode. So I turned the heel and did all that. Partially on the train ride, and mostly when I was watching my boyfriend, so to say. No, he could care for most of the stuff he need to do, but you know. And I realized that the toes are a bit different because I'm getting, I don't know, sometimes I just want to finish them now and then I decide to do the decreases in a different way, but really I don't care. I really don't care. Okay, about the yarn. It is a indie dyed yarn by an Austrian dyer. This is what I have left. It's pretty much, and now I'm getting so much leftovers, so I definitely need to go on with my blankets, and I feel so inspired to put up my Cozy Memories blanket again, or Stitch in Time blanket again, and my granny strap blanket, because I don't know, it feels like it's the time. It haven't had a tag, it doesn't have a name, it's just the beginning of a dying woman. When I bought this, she just has started, I think, to die, and I bought this in a yarn shop in Graz, which is in Styria. Long time ago. I can still remember. Sorry, sometimes when I say or hear parts of lyrics, I need to sing along. So sorry. That was Madonna. I don't like her, but I have it on my mind now. Yes, I made a very long leg. I enjoy having a long leg. I don't enjoy knitting it. I did a 1x1 ribbing. Also a thing I don't enjoy to do, but sometimes I like it because of the nut slouchiness, because it's more fitted on your leg or next to your leg. But it always looks a bit untidy, you know what I mean? But well, it's a sock, you know. It's just a sock. And I enjoy knitting socks. And I wear them pretty much every day. Maybe in the hottest summer month I don't wear socks, but honestly in the Vienna woods in the evenings you can wear them in your flat to be warm, because it gets very cold also in the summer because of the forest. Yes, I think I started them 2 or 3 years ago. I have a Ravelry page also for them, just as an update. One of my New Year's goals was to be more good with my Ravelry project pages, and I went through them the day before yesterday. Yes, deleted some projects I have frogged, because for what I need pages for frogged projects. So I deleted them and edited some of the projects and put some photos and the dates of finishing or starting there. So I really want to keep up with this. And maybe if you are interested in these things and you want to know which yarns, needles or so I used, you can always look up my Ravelry page. Give me a hint. Do I have to link in the show notes to the Ravelry page, or is it, will you go there watching and by yourself, or I don't know. Tell me how you want to have this and I will do it like this. Okay, I am so proud. It was like, again, like Zen knitting, because normally the past 1.5 years when I grabbed this project, I knit a few stitches and I just didn't feel like knitting on them. And that is so stupid, and I can't understand it. So yesterday, during taking a warm, let's say hot bath, it was so good. I watched the latest episode of the Yarngasm podcast, and she also said she want to understand the psychology behind this. Oh, I don't feel like this project, but 2 weeks ago I loved it and couldn't stop knitting on this. I don't know either, so either, yeah. Last time showing sparkle fall socks. And another sip. This, by the way, is made for hot chocolate. Normally it's a mug for hot chocolate. Well, in my family we always use these kind of mugs with this foot or feet for hot chocolate, but I don't drink hot chocolate very often. I really enjoy the chocolate bars I showed you, but normally I'm not a hot chocolate person. And this is the typical East Frisian pattern. It's called onion pattern. I don't know why. I don't see onions here, but it's called onion pattern. So in German it's Zwiebelmuster. And my mom. So I gave my mom a set of plates and cups and mugs and so on I have received from my aunt, and she has received it from my grandma, who already passed away. And I loved this set, but it was the wrong color. My mom has the same in blue. Maybe I can put a picture here. And it's also a very traditional thing you normally collect through your whole life, because it's very expensive. And I decided, okay, I think it's nice because it's from my grandma, so my mom's mom, but I don't really enjoy the colors. Red and white, it's not really mine. I like blue-white. It's typical Northern German, and I like it. As you can see, I love blue and white. So my mom said, okay, if you give me this, I want to give you also something. Do you want to have this set? And it's not complete and it's not expensive at all, but I really like it, and this reminds me of my home. It's so typical my home. So I'm using this, yes, very often. And one day I will get the blue-white. We say service, but I don't think that you say service. So the set of plates and mugs and so on. Okay, then I have a half-finished object. And this is also a sock. It's so cozy because it's a Felici sock. And this is the first Felici sock for me. The first I have knit, I gave to my mom, and this is for myself. And I so badly want to have more Felici, and it's not easy to get. Well, there is this British website, but they don't have all the colors. But yes, I love Felici. It's so much fun to knit. Okay. Oh, I've forgotten to say, this I have knit on 2mm needles. I think US 1. And this is 2.5mm needles. I think US 1.5. I think. Maybe you have read this on the screen. Also, a goal for this year was to learn the American system by heart, but I still need to do this. Okay, the colorway is called Llama I. I have done the blueberry waffle pattern. I did contrasting heel and toe in a more sturdy color. It's a, not sturdy color, sturdy yarn. It's a no-name brand. But to be honest, I don't wear out my socks on the heel or the toe. I always wear out my socks here. This is the spot where my socks get airy. I don't get holes, but they get very, very airy. And it's sad because my West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas socks are already completely airy here. I don't know what to do. The next sock I will knit out of West Yorkshire Spinners. I will knit on tighter gauge. That will help, I think. Yeah, when I last showed you, I didn't put them on a sock blocker, I'm sorry. I was here. I put this clover clippy marker. And all that I knit, I don't know, not the toe, but the whole color work. I knit on the train. So at the end of this episode, I will maybe talk about my train ride. It was, as always, traveling with Deutsche Bahn is always adventurous. Always. Okay, the one part was my fault, but yeah, it's Deutsche Bahn, so yeah. I love this. It is so much fun. This is not one color. If you look closely, you can see this is kind of light green and this is yellow. And I really like the blueberry waffle pattern with a self-strapping yarn. I don't know, it gives something. This is also very nice. But yeah, I really like it. And I like to knit this. It's a free pattern, by the way, for those who don't know this. Okay. And this is what I have left from the Felici 50-gram ball. You always have, I have always much left from socks. And from the second hank ball, do you call this a ball? I have to look up the video from Stacey Perry again. I have forgotten what she explained about the correct terms for the different yarn, cakes, hanks, skeins, and so on. So this is nearly a complete repeat. Because I have to have my socks matching. So I'm a perfectionist and I need to have matching socks. Okay, so I wanted to start here again. So I had to wind off the ball that much. It is much, I would say. 50 gram, I would say. 15, sorry, not 50, 15. So it started here and then until here. This much. I would say 15, maybe 20. Yeah, it's a mini. So yes, another minis. I can do a lot of minis for those who want to swap with me. And I already collecting for the Christmas Advent calendar mini swap thing I want to do again. I still have to pick partners. And yes, okay, this is this. Another sip, because I need it. Oh well, again, I'm sorry. 2.5 millimeters, I said, but this I knit on higher. But I think they are higher sharps. Well, I said the last time that the DPN set doesn't say higher sharp, it only said higher, but they are pretty sharp. I can show you. I carried it, my sock projects in this from Patricia, which is who is Lainey Knits. Yes, that was perfect for traveling because I like to have light luggage. I don't like to have too much stuff with me, and this is very small, narrow. Okay. Here are the higher DPN needles. I will try to show you. They are not that sharp as the sharps, but they are sharp. Did this make sense? I don't think so, but well, I always have to swift the needles in the correct place because DPN knitting is like so. But I have hurt my finger, so they are not sharps, but they are quite pointy. Yeah. And this is my needle cozy by a lovely pen pal friend. She has a blog also. Maybe I can link it in the show notes. And I have I have it over there. A matching drawstring bag with all the dog breeds on it. That reminds me of a film I have watched yesterday with my boyfriend, and it's called Cats and Dogs, and it is so funny. I can so recommend to watch this. It's cats against dogs, and the cats want to rule the world and make all the people over the whole wide world. You know, when you always have to when you see a dog. I'm sorry, I don't have the vocabulary. Allergic. When they wanted to make them allergic against dogs. And so the agent. So there were special agent dogs who tried to fight against the cats to, yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but it was so funny. You have to watch this movie. I think we bought it on Amazon Prime. You know, this €3 or $3 thing. Then you can watch the film 2 days, and yeah. We borrowed it, or we lent it. We lent it. I always mix these two words up, but you know what I mean. Okay, so much leftovers. Definitely awesome for advent calendars. Oh yes, then we come to my last work in progress. I have started the Feathers in the Wind cardigan by Hohi Locatelli, and it's this beauty here. I knit this out of Malabrigo Arroyo Sandbank. This is the cake. And it is like it shows on the screen. It's so pretty. You start with the collar. And I only completed the collar and stopped then because I couldn't wrap my brain around it during the journey to Germany. It is so pretty. And I did already the buttonholes. Like here, but I did too much. They said, I don't know, like every 30 or 35 rows or so, and I did the half of it, but it's okay. It's okay. So, and when I was so, I don't know, I thought, oh no, buttonholes, and that will be complicated. These are so not complicated. It's only a knit two together and, yarn over. It's nothing fancy like binding off and picking up new stitches or so. I'm knitting this cardigan on higher sharps, 3.5mm needles, but the pattern suggests 4 and 4.5, depending on what you are knitting on the cardigan. It's often the case in patterns that you need two sizes, but I always need the smaller needle and in this case even smaller than the pattern suggested. So I swatched for it, I washed and blocked it and counted the stitches, and I will go for it. I'm knitting the smallest size to avoid getting another slouchy cardigan, as I have done with my Georgetown cardigan. I did a swatch. I washed and blocked the swatch and measured and counted and did everything, and it's not fitted at all, but it's okay. But this one I really would like to have as in the pattern pictures. And I love this color. So well, it will be like, now with the shawl it's maybe a bit stupid, but then I will button it here. Yeah, you can't really see because I'm wearing the shawl, which is also by Hello Kitty. It's the starting point, and it kept me so warm during my journey. Okay, nothing really fancy, only buttonholes and garter stitch. But the yarn is such a pleasure to knit. And if you have Arroyo at home and you are wondering, well, it's not that soft, it will soften up so dramatically after washing and blocking, and it will have a very pretty shine after washing and blocking. I have forgotten my swatch in Vienna, so I can't show you, but you can trust me. And I'm always knitting a swatch. There are many knitters, well, especially in the German-speaking countries, I have experienced that who say, oh no, I don't want to waste yarn and time with swatching, and it's not fun and so on. But for me, it's the pleasant anticipation for starting the new project. It's a wee playing with the yarn. I don't know. It's like fun. I think you see how the yarn behaves and how your needle with the yarn is playing together and how it feels, and you can, I don't know, for me it's fun. It's really, I don't mind swatching. I have never done, and I really enjoy it. Yeah. That was my last work in progress. Oh, I love that tea. Okay. Now we come to the whips to be very soon. Okay. I have shown you on Instagram one color combination for the Washed Out by Hohi Locatelli. It's a shawl you see on the screen now. So when I was arranging the colors in my head, I wasn't at home where my stash is. So I made something up in my head inspired by Yarn Ink, because I saw a kit from Yarn Ink and I fell in love with it and thought, okay, that's how I want to have this. But I don't want to spend so much money now, and I want to knit something from my stash. So I only ordered one skein of yarn because I needed a pretty brown yarn, and I ordered it from a homespun house because I love Molly's yarns. First, she has a lot of pretty tonals. That's a thing you can't get easily from indie dyers. And I like her taste. I like her colors. It's just, yeah. And Molly is for me very special because she's my first podcaster I followed really regularly. It was when I started to see knitting not just as a hobby but as a passion, a lifestyle, an approach to life. I wanted to hear or listen to people talking about it, and not just, back then I only was watching tutorials, but I didn't know that there was something like podcasts, audio or video. I really didn't know. I just was searching for some people. Maybe there were some people talking about yarn on YouTube, and I was searching in German, but I didn't like what I was finding, and there weren't a lot. Now there are much more German-speaking podcasters, but I don't like them. Really, I don't like them. I think at the moment I have one channel which has tutorials in German. This is Claudetta Crochet. I really enjoy, and I even watch all the tutorials, although I sometimes know I won't crochet this certain project, but I just like to listen to her and seeing her doing something. And the only German podcast I really enjoy watching is Fräulein Butterblume. So, and then there was Manjana Lana, but it's always on, it's an on and off relationship to Manjana Lana, because sometimes I really like her projects and so on, and sometimes it's just like, okay, she's awesome and so on, but she's not like me. Or not like I am. So it's not only about the projects and the yarns shown in the podcast, it's so much more about the person. I realize with everything, regarding really pretty much everything, it's about the people. It's so much about the people. Okay, long story short, I ordered a Homespun House yarns. This is her soft sock base, and the colorway, because it's so pretty, is chocolate fondue. Oh man, I wanted to say it in the right English pronunciation. Fondue, chocolate fondue. Because it's a French word. It's fondue. But yeah. It is gorgeous because it's brown and pretty. I love brown. Browns and blues and so on. Yeah. And it's one of her tonals. So I knew I wanted to have a solid or semi-solid brown. And I knew my third color for the washed out should be Digital Bath, which is also a Homespun House yarn soft sock base. But I already have caked it up because I was going to use this instead of this. But it didn't work out. And I waited and waited for the perfect project, and I think the time has come. This is color 3 and this is color 1. And now I need something for in between. And for in between, I thought I should use something blue and brown for the washed out, for the fading effect. So what I had on my mind was my own hand-dyed yarn, because blue, brown, but now I am not sure. Well, I will take off the tag, it's easier. So we have this. This might go, you know, but then when I put this here, technically it will go well, but yes. So then I thought, okay, maybe you don't need a blue in your second color. Just take your own hand-dyed yarn with your Latte Macchiato colorway. This could go. So also technically perfect, because all the colors belong, or they match. They match. But it's very much brown, and I wanted to have something with blue. So another brown solution would be S'mores by Gnome Acres, because these are so matchy. But again, I thought, maybe too much brown. And then I thought, okay, I don't have something with brown and blue inside, so take a blue. And this is Tosh sock I have received for Christmas from Nina from the This Old Knit podcast. And now I think I have the combination. I think that will be my washed out. You know, because, okay, I know these are all blues, but you have these earthy, no, not really earthy, but nut blue colors in here. It definitely matches this. And you know, you can't go wrong with blue and brown. So this is the right order, sorry. So this will be, I think, I have stated now. So I think Yes. This will be washed out. I think this is perfect. The longer I look at the screen, the more I think, yes. Okay. A homespun house chocolate fondue. Fondue in German and French. Then the second color, Tosh Sock, and the colorway is Blue Bonnet Highway. What an awesome name. And it's so soft. And I haven't knit with Tosh Sock. Well, maybe a mini. Look at this. It's awesome. Oh, Molly, you are awesome. Okay, and then Digital Bath. I have waited for so long to use this because I loved the way it knits. It was knitting up, but it wasn't working in this project. Because I needed, so I did this instead of this, and then I needed a color which is picking up the speckles in this, and I took the colorway yarn ink by Hedgehog Fibers, but it wasn't the right blue, so it wasn't picking up the blue from Digital Bath. So I decided no, that won't work, and I went for black and black. So yes, and the awesome thing about the washed out for me is that my knitting friend, maybe I should call her my knitting friend from now on. So Karina, my knitting friend, so that you know who she is. We decided to make a private knit along. She was so she was showing me some yarns. Well, what was it? Quince & Co? No, not Quince & Co. The other. I have forgotten, sorry. It was not Quince & Co. No, I have forgotten, sorry. You get this in the Pearl Soho shop, I think. I have forgotten, sorry. And she said, oh, I really would like to make a shawl out of these colors, but it was lace weight. So, and then she said, okay, I really would like to knit a shawl with lace, really lace weight, not sock yarn, but the most lace weight shawls are in one color. And she was looking for patterns in lace weight with multiple colors, 2 or 3 colors. And so I was browsing for her through Ravelry to inspire her and to help her finding the right pattern. And then I don't know how we stumbled upon the washed out. I think it was when we were talking about the patterns. And she said, oh, I want to knit this, but out of sock yarn weight. And I said, oh, I also want to knit this. And then we said, okay, let's do a knit along just together. And so she already has all her colors. And I told her I have to wait until I get home and really see my stash in person to know what to use as the second color, and then we can start. So Karina, if you're watching, we can start. It's awesome. It's my first private knit along, so I think it's nice. It's very nice. Yes, this will be an awesome washed out. Okay, this will be something else. Washed out. That is a project to be very soon, definitely this week. Or, well, I will talk to Karina when she want to start. So this week or next week, because she's very busy at the moment. Then, oh yes, no, we have to go on with this. Okay, the next project I will start, you see on the screen now, it's a German pattern. It's a crochet blanket. It's in the German language. It's the Regenbogendecke, but it's in English rainbow blanket. And this is a blanket I wanted to make for, I think it came out 2013, and so 5 years. I'm feeling so old now. There is something I want to do already for 5 years. I'm so old now. I'm 28. I'm feeling so old. Okay. But, well, I don't have a kid, and no one around me had kids. So yes, then I thought about doing this in the double size, because they gave hints how you can create this blanket bigger for your own. But then I thought, okay, that's maybe too much because it's crochet, and back then I wasn't able to crochet, and that would be a too big project for a first crochet project. And so yes, I said to myself, Anna, wait until the opportunity is there. And now the opportunity is there because friends of my boyfriend and me, so now it's an object, right? Me. I always struggle with I and me, are getting a baby in the summer. And I was thinking about what I could knit or crochet for them. And I don't know what a baby really needs in the summer, hand knit or hand crochet wise. Well, I can make a toy, and I think I will make a snuggle toy. You know, these like tiny blankets with a head. And then you knot the blanket in these other arms. I think that's the same thing I will do in addition. But I wanted to make this blanket. And I thought, that's awesome. And it was a crochet along back then. I think 13 parts. Every part has 10 rows. So it's manageable, you know. You can really set a goal for yourself that you say, okay, every week I will at least crochet 10 rows. And then it will be finished in so many days. And I think she is in her 5th month now. So there is enough time to finish this blanket for the birth until the baby comes. And I ordered the yarn from the same shop or blog shop the pattern comes from. And I received it this week or last week. It is by this company. It is pronounced schönstricken.de, and schön stricken would be in English nice knitting or pretty knitting. Let's say pretty knitting. And it's a blog, and they started just as a blog. Then they started to host alongs and write own patterns, and then they started to sell their own yarns. And it's a kit for the rainbow blanket. They have no tags. And here are the colors. And I will show now. I didn't put them out. So, these. It is so much fun to see all the colors, really. I love this blanket. This will be so pretty. So 2 balls of every color, and these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors. So yes, awesome. And I looked, or I have read the whole pattern the week before last week, and to check if there is something I can't do or I need help with. But I think the stitches I don't know yet, or I haven't crocheted yet, aren't that difficult. I think I can handle it. And they have, it's not a printed version, it's only online. I will link it in the show notes. And they have many photos, how-to photos. So it's a photo tutorial. Yes, I think it won't be a problem. I can't wait to start it. So I think the washed out and the... Okay, the washed out depends on Karina, when she has the time to start. I will wait for her. And the blanket I definitely will start this week. Maybe today. Who knows? Who knows? And then I have another yarn to show you, because Molly, awesome how she is, gifted me a skein. I think it's one of her whimsical skeins because it has no name. It has no name on the tag. It just said a little surprise. And I felt so touched. When I opened the package, I thought, oh no, it's the wrong order. Oh no. But no, it was right. In addition to my yarn I have ordered, she added this. Awesome. I think it's a whimsical color because she only wrote this. And it's sparkle. I love sparkle. And I haven't decided yet what to do because it is so pretty. It would be awesome in a shawl. It's so soft. I love her yarns. Really, I love her yarns. I love her yarns. I still watch her podcast every week or whenever she uploads a video. So it could be an awesome part of the a shawl with another color, maybe with a also faded with white or cream or so. But these would be also awesome Halloween or autumn socks. But I always feel like it's too precious for socks. So, you know? Yeah. Awesome. And then I needed to buy a book for my studies, and I like to buy the books secondhand. And there is one website which has free shipping when you order in the value of 10 euro. And the book was only, I think, 2 euro or so. And so I thought, okay, get something in addition and then you have shipping for free. And then my boyfriend said, well, darling, the shipping only costs 1 euro. So I thought, okay, damn it. It was after ordering. But I think it's awesome. It's a Christmas crochet book. It fits for our year of ornaments I'm hosting. By the way, I'm hosting a few knit-alongs. Finish that skein-along until the end of March. Use all your leftovers for projects. Enter in the knit-alongs thread and win a prize. And the crochet, the years of ornaments along. Oh, that's awesome! A nutcracker. So I really like this. So that was 7 or 8 euro. No, 7 euro. Well, the first book was 2 euro and some cents, and for the rest I took this. Yeah, I wasn't able to flip through it because I just have arrived, and after arriving I set up everything for the podcast. And then I have received a swap package today. A lovely viewer and I were swapping. Well, it was my idea, but she wrote me and said, I think it was when I showed off my Christmas shawl made of wool and vine yarns, Deck the Halls. She wrote, oh, this is so pretty. I haven't get the chance to get my hands on wool and vine yarns or so. And I had about 7 or 8 grams left. And I wrote her back and said, well, back then I didn't have the full skeins, maybe, yeah. I said to her, okay, I can't offer you a whole skein, but I have a leftover. And if you want to have a leftover, I can ship this to you if you want. And then we arranged a swap. So not only shipping one mini, but a few others. And she suggested me to ship me some tea. That was another thing. That was her idea. Because I was saying in the podcast that I enjoy yogi tea and certain flavors. So she sent me this awesome package. The card. But I won't show the note. But it's so pretty. I'm shivering. I don't know why. Then, Egyptian licorice. I love Egyptian licorice. That was the one we were talking about because you can't get it easily here. So delicious. And honey lavender. That is also very delicious. Then she added, I think it's wool wash. Yes, it's for laundry. It is called Soak. I think I have seen this in a podcast. So this is thick and lacy. Awesome. I'm very curious how they will smell. And another very awesome thing, I was looking for them many times, or looking at them many times. It's this, yeah, scissors thing. from Higher Sharps. I will put it out here. I think you can get it on the train with you. Not train, plane with you. It's cute. Puppy Snips. Higher Puppy Snips, it's called. And then, very kind and very thoughtful, she packed postcards which are to color. Very pretty. Awesome, because I love to color. And the awesome minis. So, and there are minis in here. I haven't... Oh my gosh. Okay, this is Arctic. Matte Tosh. Arctic. This is awesome. Awesome. Such a pretty color. And then we have a very huge spun right round 80/20 sock yarn. Yeah. Color is the waters. Yeah. So pretty. You can't go wrong with blue. So pretty. This is awesome. What I'm showing you now. This is Must Stash Yarns, Ritz Sock Self-Strapping. Color is Shifted Rainbow. And now wait. You can't deal with it, I promise. It's awesome. So rich, pretty, awesome, bright colors. And the last one comes very handy because I need some greens for my Stitch in Time blanket. This is an unknown sock yarn, but very pretty. Wait. So. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you very much. You know who you are. Okay. The last things I want to talk about are the book I'm reading and my Llama hiking tour. The first thing is the book. It's a book written by Joe Navarro. That's Joe Navarro, a former FBI agent, and the English title is Dangerous Personalities. And this book, well, I thought it's about major crimes and the people like Ted Bundy and so on. I am more than halfway through now, and I can tell you it's mostly about 4 personality types. So I wrote down the English words that I can tell you. The first is the personality type, the narcissist. So he is explaining how they act, how they behave, they are, why they can be dangerous, and so on. And after every chapter of describing a personality type, there is always a checklist. You can mark the things like a personality test, and you can think of a certain person and then mark the true sentences regarding that one person. And after that you can see, okay, maybe 0 to 15 points, no, he's not a narcissist, or 16 to 30 points, yes, he is a narcissist, or she, but it's not dangerous, and so on. So yeah, I did 2 tests thinking of special persons, and yes, I was right. So the other personality type is the paranoid person, and always he explains the theoretically how they think, how their world is constructed, and so on, and then he gives practical advices how to deal with that kind of person. What can you do if your boss is paranoid or a narcissist or so, or your husband, for example. The other personality type is the dissocial personality, And he calls these kind of people predators. They are very dangerous because they have no emotions. Well, they can't understand our emotions. For example, if you get kidnapped by a dissocial person and you are crying and screaming and saying, please, please, I'm so in fear, please let me go. I didn't do something against you. Why are you, I don't know, yeah? It won't help because he can't understand. It's not like he doesn't care. It's just like he can't understand. He doesn't know how it feels. And yeah, so pretty dangerous. And then the last chapter is the emotionally unstable person. So he describes every kind of personality very, very in detail and theoretically and practically, yes. And he always says, okay, maybe you know a narcissist, but it's not a dangerous narcissist. There are many shades of one personality, So it depends on how heavy this is in his or her personality. And then he says, 1 is bad, 2 are horrible, 3 are deadly. Because after presenting and explaining these 4 personality types, he said, okay, now we look how a person behaves when he or she is dissocial and paranoid. These 2 types in one person. And so he says, 1 is bad. Okay, narcissists are really not nice. 2 are horrible. Think of a dissocial paranoid person. That can be dangerous, but 3 are deadly. So run away. Yeah. It's a very, very interesting, very good book. And he always says it's not about to shock you or to thrill you. It's just about if I can help. So he's saying often, multiple times, if I can help one person to get away from a dangerous person and to recognize them early enough to run away or to hide or something, this book has done its job, so to say. So yes, it's not nice sometimes what he says, and it's sometimes you think, oh my gosh, I know that person he's talking about, but you have to know these things to be safe. That's how it works. And the last thing I want to talk to you I want to say is, I have told you that I opened a Facebook group for my friends in which we arrange at least 1 date, so to say, per month, so that we see each other regularly and do fun stuff together. And our first my neighbor is very loud. Sorry. Our first thing we did was a hiking tour for 2 hours with alpacas and llamas. It was very awesome. It was very cold, much snow, and everyone, so we were 6 persons, and everyone had a llama or an alpaca you were able to choose. So the llama lady was presenting the animals and explaining their personalities and how they are. Maybe the one is very shy and don't want to be cuddled or so. No, what is this? It's not cuddle. And the other one is very rude, or the other one is very naughty and always tries to get food everywhere, and you have to be very strict, or this is very nice and you can't do anything wrong, and yay. So I had the llama, not the llama, I had the alpaca Rico. You can see him on the screen. He was the one who was very nice and had no problems with cuddling, and he comes very close to your face. And then he was with his face bouncing against my back. When the path became very narrow, I was going in front of him and he was behind me, and then he bounced with his nose against my back like, go on. Yeah, and he always talked. He always the other animals pretty much were very silent, and he was always throughout the whole hiking tour, and it was so funny. And he was so soft and cute and nice, and yes, so that was awesome. It did cost €20 per person, 2 hours of hiking with these cute animals. It was so much fun, and we will definitely do this again, maybe in every season, because it was kind of difficult going uphill, downhill on the flat snow. So it wasn't high snow which was untouched. It was like a path many people have walked on, and so it was very icy and slippery, and we often fell down or nearly fell down. So yes, it was a bit difficult, but the animals were very calm. They calmed us down very much. They are very slow walkers, very, very slow, and they had their own time, I think. Sometimes they just stood still and decided not to go on for 2 minutes, so you had to wait. You can't get them to walk faster. They have it's not tempo, it's I don't know the English word now because I'm very tired and I haven't had lunch yet. Well, doesn't matter. It was very much fun, and the animals were very nice and calming, soothing, and the nature was very pretty in Lower Austria, not far away from where I live. So yes, you definitely should check out if you have this around your neighborhood. It's awesome. I don't like hiking, but I like llamas and alpacas. So yes. Okay, that was everything for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed what I was showing you, and I'm sorry if I was rambling a lot and maybe not so well structured, but there was so much I wanted to show, and yeah, and not so much time today. Germany was nice. Traveling with Deutsche Bahn was not so nice. This wrap kept me very, very warm because the train was very cold and we had delay and it was so cold. But the seminar was awesome. My professor is awesome. I like him very much, really. He's awesome. And so everything is going very well with my thesis, and just good news. So we will see each other next week. Well, I think this week on Sunday. Hopefully on Sunday again. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a very happy crafting week. Take time out of your day for yourself. Enjoy your knitting or crocheting or sewing. You need this. You deserve time for yourself. And I wish you only the best. We will see each other soon. Bye bye.